So what happens if you die? The guy will start thinking, have you created a will? Do you have an estate plan done? He will wake up from a slumber. And the moment he wakes up from the slumber for creating a will, your financial plan, the first step of gathering data, you've already built that relationship. So the second step of gathering data already happens automatically. Because why would he not tell you what he has when he is going to write a will? He has to be fully transparent. He has to fully disclose everything, including whether he has saved something for a mistress. He has to do that, right? So, I guess the trick is to slightly change the way we ask questions to our customers. And you start doing this, you will start seeing the difference. The earlier you do it, the better for you. Because if you are the people here attending a wealth management conference, please understand that you stand out today because you've gained a lot from a different set of panelists sitting and talking than the rest of the people who don't even think that wealth management is the future. So you have something great in front of you. I wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rajesh. That was very, very insightful. Particularly the three scenarios of whether you live healthy, whether you live unhealthy, or whether you don't live. So, and it's very true. Actually, come to think of it, if somebody asks us that questions, we'll have to disclose everything that we have, and any of the three scenarios is possible with anyone. Very interesting indeed. From the perspective of the last panelist here, I'd just like to add a few more thoughts on this whole discussion. We feel that wealth management is still, in a sense, just beginning. It's in a nascent stage in India, and we have a long way to go. And therefore, as wealth management or advisory professionals in the financial space, there's a lot that can be done, and that would happen. In India, still financial savings, though savings is very high in India, financial savings is still lesser than real estate, commodities, etc. If you look at it, the finance minister has been probably shouting now for quite some time that why are we importing so much gold? Please stop buying gold. But that's really not going to happen, is it? By saying that it will not happen, it will happen only if there are proper avenues where everybody is confident. Why do Indians actually go and buy so much gold? I mean, one, of course, maybe you can say they love the yellow metal, but also that it is not easy to access a financial advisor. Most people outside the major metros and outside those very qualified really do not have such access to financial planners whom they can trust. And who can say, okay, I have 75,000 rupees, which is maybe a lot of money for me, and I want to invest that. He's scared. And there have been a lot of incidents in India in the recent past. We've just come across a lot of scams, etc. And people are scared that if I put my money somewhere, which I don't know what it is, I might lose it all. So if I buy a house which I can see, or if I buy gold and put it in a locker, I know it is there. Whether it increases, decreases, for a rainy day, it is there. And it is something that we all have to think about. And it boils down to trust and access. So access to financial advisory in India is something, again, that we all have to think about as advisory professionals. Particularly as if there are firms which are specializing in financial advisory, and some of you here may be running such firms. This is something that one can really, through the use of technology, high touch and high tech, as put by one of the panelists here, is there a way we can gain the trust and access out to these people, who may not have a whole lot of wealth, and I'm not saying that go to all people who want to save 75 to 50,000 rupees, but there is certainly a market which may want to save, maybe 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs over the next 8-10 years, and if there's a low-cost model to give them services, that can be a very huge market, because the competition may not be as much as for providing wealth management services to individuals over $1 million, for which, of course, there is a whole lot of people running with a lot of sophisticated services, and they are very well aware. So access is something that one really has to look at. Second, the advantage of this from a country's perspective is also, as more and more of this money, instead of going into assets like gold and maybe, to some extent land, real estate, goes into more productive long-term capital building financial saving instruments, it can do a lot to provide the necessary savings and the base for industry to grow, for investments to happen. And that's a very big role for financial advisors and wealth managers to play. So this is a broader context that one can look at for financial planning, besides looking at the customer, besides looking at the role of the advisor, besides looking at the regulation of how to channelize this whole amount of money available in this country, and it's a significant amount of money. We are, in terms of PPP, we are now probably the third or fourth largest economy in the world, and that's only the white money. And we all know that in India there is a lot of money which is not accounted for in its GDP, right? So there is the huge potential, and that's there for us to harness. And there is a major role that financial advisors do have to play in this, in terms of winning the trust, getting these people to come out and invest in productive assets through the use of technology, through winning trust, and ultimately over-delivering, or setting the expectations and bettering it so that there is customer delight. And what I would now do is go around the table and ask everybody to just summarize briefly, maybe a 1-minute closing remark of what they have to say. I'll start again with you, Deepak.
Thank you, Narayanan. Again, the question to me and the question for everyone is, how I gain trust? By knowledge, by technology, or by serving the customer for a longer period. So everything comes in place, but how to gain trust lies on the individual capability also, which is inclusive of knowledge and timing as well. Thank you.
You have to continuously work on it, not one-time affair. You have to be consistent, genuine, and caring about whatever you are handling about him. And your knowledge, technology, and you have to deliver better than he himself can for himself. Why he will come to you? You have some edge. And that edge sometimes, I will take a story to end this thing, how I developed trust in one shopkeeper. Way back when I was just joined in a job and I was dealing in Calcutta Stock Exchange on behalf of UTI, and I was given a house in Salt Lake City, that time just coming up. Anybody from Calcutta is here, it's a new city just coming up, and hardly any big markets and all. So one evening, after 1 week of staying there, one evening, maybe after 15 days or so, I went to one shopkeeper. There are 2, 3. He was just closing, he opened it. I asked the boy to give me 2 kg of sugar and frozen chicken package or one something, because somebody's guest has come, this, that. And she was giving, and I was at the counter, I was paying. The shop owner looked at me and told, are you new here? Or where you are staying? I told the flat number, whatever number. And then he told, is there emergency? You require this chicken very urgently. When the guest is there, I told, it's not that urgently. Then take it tomorrow. Don't take this. I told, why? He told, although legally this is valid and as per the FDA or whatever that date is there, but normally they give 5 days in advance time, and sometimes our power gets cut off. I myself have no reliability on this. I'll give you fresh one tomorrow morning. Don't take it. Second thing, I told, okay, give me sugar. He told, 2 kg, what will do? It will not come in your container, whatever in your home. I told, how he knows about my container size? Then he told, take 1 kg. I told, to outsmart him, I told, give me a big container, big one, and that also I will take. He told, that will not come into yourself. Your self is this big, the 2 kg container will be bigger, that will not come into the self. And he sold me just 1 kg sugar, deprived me from taking chicken and this thing. And I looked at him. Then I found out my maid servant, when he was going for this thing, he was aware about what is the container, and he was so much CRM without any technology were available then. And he desold himself, but he earned my trust as long as I was there in Calcutta. Recent visit, I was going there and searching for him. He died, he no longer was there. But in one action, he proved this man is trustworthy and takes care of me. So in our activities also, when we are dealing with money, I tell you one more thing. One of the advisor, his name is Muthuraman or Thiruraman, something in Chandigarh. He was an engineer. He was about to join a job. He was from Chennai and his father was posted in Chandigarh. He was to go back.